What's going on, man? This is the Kyren Monteiro Show, Season 5. We're calling Season 5 Vision Talk, inspired off my brand new album, Visionary. And this is episode number 10, entitled Same Zeal, Different Vision, featuring the one and only Juan Hova. So just like the rest of the episodes, we're going to play some music, man, then we're going to dive into it, man.
Yes, sir.
Shameless plug, man. The album now available right now on all platforms, man.
Visionary, building something up cause you a boss.
Yes, sir.
Enduring all that comes with every win and loss. Sacrificing and believing, gotta pay the cost. Gotta keep your mind focused, it begins with thoughts. Visionary, I'm a visionary.
I was down in the dumps for.
What's going on, man? It's Kyren Monteiro, the host of the Kyren Monteiro Show, Season 5, episode number 10, man. We got to give y'all a round of applause. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all check out the podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook for the videos, iHeartRadio, all of the major platforms, man. This guest today, man, I'm excited to bring him on, man. This is one of the homies of mine. We have long conversations about a whole lot of type of stuff. I would say 80% of it is real heavy and real weighty conversations. And I would say that the other part is about how better of a rapper I am than he is. You know what I mean? And so coming to the show today, man, I really don't even need this intro, but I'm going to read y'all what we put together, man. Today on the show, we have a Marion, Indiana native by way of Chicago. He's a man of many talents. He's a hip-hop recording artist, a dedicated entrepreneur, visionary, who is the founder of the new podcast, This Might Be Love, video editor, audio and media enthusiast. I want y'all to give it up for the one and only Juan Woods, a.k.a. J. Hova.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good with it, man?
I just wanted to say that I'm extremely happy to finally be here, but you forgot a few things. You forgot the best rapper you know. You just forgot to put that in there, and I get long-winded, so I need you to reel us back in and control us, but one thing that I wanted to touch on before we got on there, I am pleased to be here, pleased to have this talk with you, and you know what I'm saying, maybe get some game out there to the people.
Hey, man, for sure, man. I'm you always got a lot of gems. I don't know if a lot of people know it or not, man. You're not originally from Marion, obviously from Chicago, Illinois, but your impact in this community for the time that you've been here is stronger than people who have been here their whole lives, and I don't say that disrespectfully, but you are somebody that don't just sit on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying?
I try.
You hop in the field and make it happen, man. And so I'm excited to unpack that, man. First off, man, I'm going to just start heavy, man. You was born and raised in the great city of Chicago.
I was born in Chicago, raised in Hammond, grew up in Marion. That's how I like to say that.
What was those environments like between Chicago and Hammond? It's totally different than, it's still the Midwest, but it's a different vibe of the Midwest, I believe, than Indiana.
All of them, when you, because you got to add in there that we was from the hood. So we from the projects.
I was going to leave that for you.
Yeah, all of the projects around the world are, I like to think, will be similar. So, growing up in Chicago, man, it was fun. Growing up in Chicago, it was fun. It was always something going on. It was, and we're gonna get into it, but it was a safe place for community and everybody being together.
But you know, the media doesn't try to paint Chicago. I've never heard the media doesn't try to paint Chicago as safe.
And that's where areas, I come in at.
Yeah, in the areas where you grew up at. You know, not too many people say it's safe.
the reason why you get the not safe media is because everybody is dying to make it out. So the things that people do to make it out, people go to extreme measures for the money, basically, if we keeping it honest. But when everybody around you is going through the same thing, has the same things you got, some of the same goals, some of the beliefs, it's a place where you see the most love and the most sharing and the most looking after one another. Yes, you always gonna have outliers, just like if you go anywhere, you're gonna have outliers that may go to the extreme measures. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody getting into some trouble in Chicago, or if somebody getting in some trouble here in Marion, they usually into the trouble.
Yeah.
Like it's rarely that somebody that wasn't involved in something happens to them.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to say about anywhere. You can go anywhere and have an amazing time. You can go to Chicago and get some of the best food that you ever had in your life. You can see some of the most beautiful women. You can see some of the most beautiful people. You can go meet somebody like a me or a Kyren down there that just a dreamer, a visionary that's trying to make something of their life. It's just, you also have places that you need to mind your damn business, and like you got places, you got places where you should stay away from those people if you're not into what them people doing. That's anywhere, man.
So I know your story, but people don't. I ain't gonna say people don't, but maybe viewers and listeners don't. Take us coming up in Chicago, what your family upbringing was like, what the neighborhood was like. What the surroundings was like, as much as you want to say, because you can go deep, but as much as you want to say, tell us, what did that look like? All
right, so to tell y'all about me, I got to take it back, and I got to give you a little bit backstory of my mother's story. So one of the days I'm gonna have her on, and we're gonna actually go through and discuss these things. But my mother had me at 14. Her mother died when she was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, so my mother.
Was this before or after you was born?
My grandmother died while my mother was pregnant. Both of them was pregnant at the same time.
Wow.
So my mama always called me my grandma's baby. Got an old soul, been an old soul ever since I was born. So
sorry to hear that, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
She might have, you know what I'm saying? But my mother had me at 14. Granddaddy was a drunk. Love my granddaddy, but he was a drunk. One brother in the street, one younger brother. So with those being the circumstances that you put in, I'm pretty sure, like anybody out there, when you was 14, you are in no way, shape, or form at the responsibility level or the mental. You don't have the mental capacity to bring a child into this world.
No way.
So my younger life is a lot of responsibility, a lot of growing up before I had to, a lot of growing up with the woman that was supposed to raise me. So we spent a lot of time at my grandma's house, my granny house. That's my brother's family, but that's my granny. We was over there all the time. And in the gardens, it's row houses. Allgill Gardens is where we originally from. It's projects is row housing. So row housing means it's a row of houses right here. There's a row of houses right here. There's a row of houses right here. So what that means is, why I go back to my childhood was lit, is all of the kids in the hood are outside with all of the kids in the hood.
Yeah.
So my childhood was a lot of fights, a lot of sports, a lot of bike rides, that
come with being in the neighborhood.
That's the neighborhood, man.
Yeah,
so you connected with a lot of people, and I learned that it's something about my family, and everywhere we go, we bring on that community. So I got to tell y'all that part of the story because it gets dark, but take you from that, going around in Chicago, Allgill Gardens. At one point in time, they gave everybody Section 8. Section 8 was used to kick all of the poor people out of here. Y'all can go have y'all somewhere else to live, but we getting rid of this. Allgill Gardens at one point in time had the military in it. Like they brought the military there. So to me, it was a beautiful place. To the outside world, maybe not so much, but they kicked everybody out. They let everybody go get them a house. And then that's why you see some of the suburbs of Chicago take a tremendous dip, because all of the people that was in them projects is now scattered around Chicago. So we went from there, moved in with my auntie in Calumet City, moved in Roseland for a little bit, and we end up in Hammond. So Hammond is basically the same thing. We stayed in a Renaissance Apartments in Hammond, Indiana. And that place is basically all Gale Gardens in Hammond, Indiana. It was the same exact thing. And
What's the popular? How big is Hammond? Is it bigger than Marion?
yes.
Okay.
I want to say around 80, 100 somewhere.
Okay.
So it's like a Muncie, Kokomo, maybe. But yeah, it's Calumet City is 5 minutes from the Gardens. I mean, Calumet City is about 15, 20 minutes from the Gardens. Hammond, Indiana is 5 minutes from Calumet City, so it all feels like home.
And then Gary is right there too, right?
Gary is a little further away. Gary is one of the scariest places I've ever been in my life. Gary is really that. And I've been to Chicago. Just imagine Chicago inside of Marion. That's what Gary is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gary is actually one of the only places where they doing better now. But there was no infrastructure.
No.
Like I didn't know nobody in Gary that had a job, to be quite honest. Everybody sold drugs. Everybody, all the people I tell you to stay away from, most likely they live in Gary. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Freddie Gibbs, all of them, salute. But yeah, that's what Gary was. Gary was that, man. Gary was fun too. So,
But at one point they was trying to say that Marion was on that way.
I doubt it.
As far as like before a lot of the boost that Marion is having now, there's a lot of like the blight around the city, like the way it looked. A lot of people
The way
felt
it
like,
looked, okay.
A lot of people felt like it was headed towards that way.
When I tell you,
Elkhart is pretty bad too. It's in that area.
I ain't really drove around Elkhart like that.
In the sense of like being run down.
To be this small and to have that much violence going on is what I'm pretty sure everybody fears, because you shouldn't have all these things going on. Like, for instance, my auntie moved to Gary and was there a week, and her house got Molotov. Like somebody threw a Molotov cocktail through the window because whoever was there before her had some shit going on, and they was looking for them, and they burnt her house down with her kids in it. Everybody's safe, everybody alive, but yeah, Gary is crazy. I ain't seen nobody Molotov nothing in Marion or Elkhart.
Nah.
And I'm not saying that they all don't. Please don't go do none of that. But yeah, Gary is rough. Hammond was Hammond was closer to Marion, and besides, you got a bunch of people from Chicago. So it was like I said, and as a child, you don't know these things.
Yeah.
You don't know what's really going on until you start to get into those things. So moved there, and basically I just was acting ass, bad as hell, bad child, bad kid. Struggling through life. I end up getting us kicked out of Hammond, and we end up here, and we gonna get into the story. But yeah, so I come down here with my bad toughness, get locked up the first time I get down here, and fell in love with football, started changing my life, and we end up here. And a lot of things happen in between that, but that's pretty much my story, man. Like, If I had to give it in a nutshell, grew up in Allgale Gardens, ended up getting displaced, moved around Chicago a little bit, settled down in Hammond, got into a lot of trouble, and got us kicked out of Hammond, and it ended up saving my life. And I ended up coming down to the beautiful town of Marion. Beautiful town of Marion.
I'm glad to have you, man. When it comes to lessons, man, you growing up in the Chicago area, what is one of the biggest lessons that you still keep to this day, coming up in Chicago, or Hammond, or whatever? Let's just say that area in general.
I got so many lessons. One of the biggest lessons for any major city would be mind the business that pays you.
That's good.
And by that, I mean focus on you, yourself, your family, and the things that better your life. Because so often we looking at everybody else and we keeping up with the Joneses and we trying to impress the next person. And if you focus on what you got going on, you can actually do a lot for a lot of other people. So that's a lesson that I still hold to this day.
So when you came up, and I got a you know my story. It's weird because I grew up on the north side here. Mm-hmm. They don't like me saying this, but they'll be all right. My family was dope dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like so. At one point, one of the biggest families here doing it, right? And so we lived out north because my pops grew up in Cincinnati, so he didn't want us near that.
Okay.
But no matter how hard him and my mom tried, I still found myself
around that life.
Yeah, because my family was in it.
Yeah.
We was the only ones that was in the quote unquote suburbs. So
that's how I go.
For me, I could see the lifestyle difference of, oh, we live out here. It's like some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type stuff. Like, oh, we see these houses, but then when we get in the hood,
oh man,
it's totally different. But when you ain't outside of that, did y'all really know like the poverty level, or like was it just normal?
No. I'll say this. I don't know how my mother would feel about this, but we didn't. So we moved down here. I was about 14, 15. My first time ever having like a house, like a house, not an apartment connected to somebody, was when we came down here. Like so, and that's something that you don't never realize. It was 5 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. I think at one point, my granddad was there. It's might have been 6. He might have had his girlfriend. It might have been 7 people in a 3-bedroom apartment. Like, and somebody else above you, and somebody next door, and somebody above them, and then somebody across the hallway. It never dawned on me that we never lived in the actual house until I was 17, 18 years old. And another thing, it terrified me. It terrified me not having a neighbor to watch my house while I leave. It's a scary feeling. Like, it's trippy. So, no, we didn't know. The reason why you poor in the hood is because when I go to school, I don't look. I gotta dress the part. So my homies, them, all they family drug dealers or whatever, everybody got the fresh shoes. You got Pelly coats. You got the newest T-shirts. You got all the things. And when you're poor, you learn that you get you some Air Force Ones and you change the shoestrings to whatever shirt you wearing that day. That's a new pair of shoes. Like that's the poor man's game. So, and I knew everybody was doing that. So, like it's nothing you know about when you get low income housing. Most of the times,
government
the government food stamps. I'm thinking everybody got that. Thinking everybody got that. One thing my mama didn't play was lights getting turned off. Lights get turned off, you got to get moved out. So they gonna take care of the rent. You gotta long as you keep the lights, water, and stuff on like that. So
the reason that I ask some questions is because I in my opinion, and I know you're not where you want to be, but I know your story and I know all the stuff that you can't say. Right. And so
we can talk, man. We can talk.
Nah, we're gonna leave some of it off. But I know the 180 that you've done, and I think that some people think it might be impossible or nearly impossible to make that change. But then you have some people too that need to understand that when you don't come from the same opportunities financially and environmentally, like the disadvantage that you're at, like you gotta work so much harder just to be normal, and then try to work even harder to not be that. So
I'll touch on that real quick. When you coming from them situations, most of our wildest dreams and most of our biggest goals and biggest accomplishments ever is to be normal. Like having a house, it's some of the normal. Like you would take that for granted, but like I told you, growing up in all apartments, having 2 cars. Something easily attainable. When you grow up like that, you almost aim for the minimum of living. Like first, the main thing, like one thing I tell my mama this all the time, and my uncles and them all that. I'm like, their goal was to survive. Like once they survive, they hit the bar that they were supposed to do. Now you pass this on to me, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna run with it.
Well, I'm assuming they probably ain't think they'd make it past 25.
Didn't nobody think that?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you have to see to suggest that?
Yeah.
Only way to get some money around here, or so we seem, or so we was taught, was to do these things, and with that lifestyle comes a early lifespan.
Now, if you could look back, how old are you now? You 30
I'm
what?
31. I'm bad with these.
Man, you old, man.
I'm bad with these.
I'll be 36 next month, bro.
Oh, man.
Man, so if you could go back, because you was about 15 when you came here, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can go back to, let's say, 12, 13, 14-year-old Juan that's in Hammond, about to get kicked out, right? What would you tell your younger self based off of what you know now in life? You can go back and talk to that dude.
First of all, I want to say 12, 13-year-old Juan wouldn't have probably liked me at all or had respect for me at all.
Really?
Or cared what I had to say. 12, 13-year-old Juan didn't really care for life as much. He didn't value the things that I value now. So if I can go back and tell 13-year-old Juan anything, is it's okay to feel. For a long time in my life, it was numbness and darkness and anger and hatred, and it was a deep depression. It was a lot of those things, and I would tell 13, 14-year-old Juan is it's okay to relax and it's okay to feel. 13-year-old Juan had a lot of he put the world on his shoulders and went against the world a lot.
If you're okay with me saying this, I know that, we talk a lot. So you talked about, at one point in your life, not having respect for men.
Oh yeah.
Or not having a sympathy. I don't know if it's respect or sympathy or maybe both, right? But there was things that you went through in your life where you like, yeah,
we can get into that. So, my respect when you raised by a single mother, you often get jaded views and jaded opinions on men growing up or whatever. But my outlook from everything that I seen in my life, everything that I seen growing up, you got to imagine we in low income housing, and the government did a real good job of keeping the men out of these households.
Mass incarceration.
You keep the men out of these households, and men falling for the trap. They fall for the trap.
Yeah. So you gotta be accountable.
To this day, my respect for the black woman is held so high is because growing up, all I ever seen was black women handling the business. Black women taking care of the household. Black women feeding the children. Black women going to work, coming home with these badass kids. Black women showing up to the school, and all I ever seen was niggas living off of women. You might throw a couple dollars in the house. You might buy a little man some shoes or whatever. But all my life, I never seen a man take care of his business. Like as a man, to take care of this woman and take some of the responsibility off of her. It was always a situation where men came around and you use a woman for what you got. Chicago is a pimping city. So I'm growing up with this in my head as well.
So even with the uncles that you looking up to at that time?
Nobody.
You didn't say that from nobody?
My granddad, I didn't really see him. Like I told you, it gets deep, but my mother, growing up at 14, you got to imagine who's going to take care of somebody else's child because her mother died. Who's going to take care of somebody else's child with another child? So, and everybody is struggling. So my mother felt outcasted. She might have changed now, but she felt outcasted from the family, which in turn turned into me feeling outcasted from the family. So we don't really see, although we 5-10 minutes away, we don't really see family like that. Like I see my granny and them, which is not even my real granny. I see them and we see my auntie Pam on holidays. Like straight up. And I know people might feel some type of way, but that was the truth. That was the truth of our situation. We felt outcast. We felt in a ship all alone. And I know my mother had to feel that. And I want to touch on that too, because I am extremely empathetic. I feel everybody's pain. I feel for everybody, which is where some of that younger depression comes from. But what story can you tell me that will make me feel bad for you? Like I said, when I have a mother who lost her mother at 14, granddaddy was drunk, went away, disappeared, brother went to jail, taking care of little brother, moving around Chicago with a son. Like it ain't no situation that you can convince me that you can't make it out of.
Yeah.
I don't look at the world like that. I'm from the poorest of the poor, and you got to go out there and get it. I think it's just a bad mind state to have.
There's a statement me and you both respect from Jay on that new GQ interview where he said he don't see the world from an ideal. He deals with it as it is.
I deal with it as it is.
Yeah.
And also, if we sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves all the time, we'll never go nowhere.
Can't.
Like, yeah, you can be sad that the lights is finna get cut off, or you can go figure out a way to get the money to turn the lights on.
Yeah.
That's your two choices. And I can't feel your pain, but I'm not gonna feel bad for you. So
You talked about the transition coming into marrying. Talked about getting into, so when you first got here, you still had that Chirac Hammond mentality, right? Because that's what you were used to. Got in some trouble. Sports helped you. Talk about the transition of when you come here and you start. Now you in the house. Start probably being in a safer, probably more beautified environment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, y'all. So by the time I got here, I was already way going off the edge. Like I told you, y'all know the situation. So I got nobody to ask for anything. And we used to ask the neighbors. It's a funny story. Like I get a lot of life lessons from my life that I carry on with me. For you ask me what's something that I remember. I get a lot of life lessons from the smallest things, and it might not be the best things in the world. But as a child, I went to go ask for the neighbor for some bread. My mama told me,
and as in bread, you talking about actual
like slices of bread.
Slices of bread.
I was hungry.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I was hungry. I wanted to make some toast.
Yeah.
Right. My mother is Aquarius. She prideful as hell. She said, "Don't be asking them people for no bread. You gonna make me look like I ain't got nothing in my house or whatever." I'm like, and my thing was, I'm a smart ass anyway. So I'm like, but we really don't have anything. But what I was getting to, one day, I might have been crying or mad about something we couldn't get as a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being poor, you can't get something. And my mama said, if you can't get something yourself, you don't need it. So, to a normal child, you take that, oh, I don't need this or whatever. My brain says,
I'm gonna figure out how to get it.
I'm gonna go get it. So that birthed a klepto. To be honest with you, that birthed a klepto, and I was pretty good, man. I was probably kicked out of every Family Dollar, Walgreens, and Hammond. I was pretty good, man.
Your sister back there laughing.
Because she know for sure. Since that day, and it started a little younger than that, but I didn't ask my mother for anything.
Not to jump ahead, bro, but you know me. Man was a little bit different, but I was bad. I didn't have to do all the things you did because we didn't need as much, but I was still bad. Even with a dad in the house and all of that, I was bad. But I think some of that is I think there's something in you when you meant to be different than what the norm is. Mm-hmm. There's a gene of rebellion. There's something in our DNA where you're rebellious, you're innovative. You're quick on your feet.
Yes, sir.
You got that. I can survive anywhere. That
Facts.
like hood, suburbs, Earth, Pluto.
Yep.
Drop me anywhere and I'm gonna be all right. And I'll figure it out. And so I think that as the environment you come up in, I mean, yeah.
Let me finish this. Let me finish this thought. So
it can be turned to good though. That's where I was going. you might facilitate bad with it when you're younger, but that same mentality, that same hustle, that same rebellion, that same risk factor, it can be used for good.
It is. I'm here to argue to say that even those things, I thought I was doing good. Like I thought I was, because one of the what makes you do that is, and where a lot of my trauma, pain, or whatever is, what makes you do that is trying to relieve the stress.
Just throw this out there. Juan is you in school for psychology, correct?
I'm going. I got to pay Ivy Tech a little bit, but yeah.
Juan is in love with psychology. So I just want to throw that out there.
I'm an avid studier of the human mind and human behavior,
which is psychology.
And coming up where I come from, you gotta be. You gotta understand what the next man's intentions are. You have to. How to manipulate them as well, but you gotta understand the way people think. So, like I said, it all goes back to getting what you want. So you gotta understand that, and I'm a very perceptive person, which is probably my greatest gift. But let me finish though. I took on the personality of if I can't get it myself, I don't need it. Right? So I grew up, I stopped asking my mother for anything. So when I come down to here, and this is beautiful paradise of unexplored and untapped opportunity, it was amazing.
The way he just manufactured wrong.
It was an amazing untapped opportunity down here, man. And y'all had a bunch of things going down here because you said your family was drug dealers or whatever, and we never heard of a Marion, Indiana, but y'all really close to South Bend, and y'all really close to Ohio, and y'all really close to Michigan. So all of the dope boys, it was the gold rush.
Got a lot of family from Dayton.
It's the gold rush.
We've talked about that. lot of family from Dayton, man. So let's sum that up, man. And people will listen. They're probably like, why are y'all talking about all of this? You talking to bosses. So we're gonna get to what y'all cares about.
We can't possibly get y'all because we talk for 4 hours on a regular, so we can't possibly get everything. And I know we scatterbrained, we all over the place, man. But
no, it's concise. It's concise. So let's bring it up, man. So you grew up without a father figure.
Yep.
Single mom, young.
Not a father figure. Everybody was my father figure.
Okay.
So let's keep going.
Grew up Chicago, Hammond, come to Marion, start off rough. Eventually things start to change your life. Get grown. At some point in there, you had to look at entrepreneurship in a clean way.
Who said that? Keep going.
You doing it. So that seed had to be planted there, and so you know that with this being called visionary, man, you know that I have to start picking your brain as we get into the second half of the content.
Let's go.
At some point, first off, what I'm gonna ask you is, what age and what situations made you think about business in a healthy way, in a clean way?
In a clean way?
In a clean way. Because you was doing some business, but it wasn't no LLC.
In a clean way is when you doing business and the risks outweigh the rewards.
So when was the first time coming up that you like, I want to leave all of this stuff alone that I'm into and clean my business up, clean my hustle up, clean my life up on the money side?
So you want to have a real talk? Probably about 25 years old.
Okay.
It's never about clean or unclean. It's about taking care of what needs to be taken care of by any means necessary. So you shift that when the risk isn't worth the reward anymore. So for some people, they go to jail. Some people, somebody dies. Some people never learn that lesson. But the only reason people in the streets get out the streets is when they finally click and they realize that the risk is not worth the reward. So I've always been a hustler, and I've always been around people like our families, right? My mind is always telling them, from down here, hey, you throwing shows for these guys, you bringing in artists or whatever. Maybe y'all should buy a building and make it as legit as possible. Maybe y'all should buy a building and do these things, but it's whatever. If you feel like you making more this way, you're gonna go this way. If you feel like you making about the same, doing it legit and not having to worry about somebody killing you or robbing you, you change your life. So it's only about risk and reward.
So what was that? What was that avenue that showed you that light of? So the risk versus reward, because you in the music. So somewhere in your life, you love hip hop, you love music. Mm-hmm. You were doing shows. So was it the music that's like, this gonna get me out the streets?
we missing so much. We missing so much of the story. But my life don't change until I get into football down here. When I actually start caring about life is for the first time is when I get into football down here. It's the first time that I cared about getting good grades. First time that I care about actually coming to school on time because I can't play football. And it was because I got to get that rage out and all that pain out.
So you was Bobby Boucher out there.
It's videos right now of me probably yelling at our whole team on the sidelines because we losing the Kokomo. like I'm that passionate about everything, but like it's like life or like it was everything for me. So
that Kobe mentality.
They gave me something to live for.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was the first time where I actually start caring about that. But
which is a good point. You gotta have a vessel, right?
Something.
You gotta have an instrument.
Something
to fuse you. I was just telling a nephew of mine when we was in Orlando for vacation, and he finding himself in some trouble. Kind of remind me of myself as a teenager getting expelled from school, alternative school, all of that. And I told him, I said, the thing that kept me alive and kept me out of the streets from even going down that road was music. Music and business. Music and business. I had something to distract me from going down that road. So I feel like if you don't have a path to take you off another path, how do you do that? So football was that first initial seed to start helping you turn from what you was into.
Football started making me care about anything.
But that's a term, though.
I was going to say it's real hard to say that what you're saying, because football helped me out as well, but it don't mean that I turned into a good guy. I was still a horrible person, still into bad things.
But it was the seed, though. That was that seed that.
You know I'm big on words, man. Why you asking me things that I gotta explain? So I never was doing. It's not about the seed towards growing into an entrepreneur. It's always been one thing. It's always taking care of what the responsibilities, and you do that by whatever means. Like, you feel me? So when I'm coming up, I'm gonna take care of it started off with taking care of myself because I can't ask my mom. So it started off with taking care of myself. Then when my sisters and my brothers is growing up, it turned into taking care of them as well, or helping out as much as I can. So it's always been a hustler's mentality, but it was never about doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It was only about
what's necessary.
Yeah. So, and when football came, it gave me something for me to actually care about for me. Like, so it actually gave me something that I can, like you said, a vessel to focus on, but it wasn't really a seed for anything. I think the seed was already in me. It may have already been in me, but when it transferred to a good thing or a bad thing is when I care more about what can happen if this go bad to everybody. Because for a long time, it was about, I don't care if I live or die. I do care, however, if my sisters or my brothers or my mother or my now wife, if I ruin their life doing the things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was more of the shift from when it became, all right, bro, you can't do none of this no more.
So the risk versus, you took the next question out of my mouth. So you see, you don't want family harm. You don't want none of that. I seen all of that earlier. I seen what my cousins went through. Seen the things that they went through. And I was just like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And so
see, and my thing was, I'm willing to take on whatever consequences and that come to me.
You just don't want it to spread.
What you find out is what you doing don't just affect you.
Yeah.
It affect everybody over there.
Especially in that game.
Especially in that game. We can't get to you, we gonna get to somebody. So, and that's the rule that you play in, and you gotta live with whatever happens. Can you live with whatever happens to them? I'm fine with whatever happens to me. I can't live with being a reason that my mother lost her house. It ain't gotta be super extreme. Ain't gotta be my wife was going to nursing school. If she catch any kind of drug, can't do nothing.
Yep.
So that becomes my thoughts as I'm growing up as a man and learning about myself. So
my pops told me at like 12 years old, and I ain't understand. I might have been like 10. But we was walking through the store one day, and he said, "Hey man, what you do as a boy right now is going to affect you as a man." I'm like, dog, I'm a kid, bro. I'm ready to go play, man. What you talking about? And but when I became a man, some of them bad habits followed me.
Hey,
so you're right. You know what I'm saying?
To this day, I still am never been a morning person. To this day, and it's a habit that followed me throughout my life.
I called this man at almost noon.
It was like 11 o'clock. It was 11
o'clock. I'm too hyped. I said, nigga, it's almost the afternoon. What you talking
People
about?
People over there taking lunch. They taking lunches and shit. Yeah, bro.
Waking up, man.
That's been a bad habit of mine since a kid. And I'm also very inquisitive. I'm curious, so I question everything. And sometimes your boss or wherever you going into, they don't like to be questioned all the time. So that's been bad habits throughout my whole life.
But if you don't ask, you don't know, man.
Yes, sir.
But so shifting into you being an entrepreneur, because there's so much stuff that we can dive into. But I feel like you did a good job at giving a background.
I feel like there's a bunch of holes in here, but y'all can get the gist of it, man. And we're gonna definitely talk again. So without getting too deep, I think I'm answering your questions. If I'm not, tell me, and we can touch on whatever you want to touch on.
What holes you feel like is left out?
Right. So this is something that I don't want to go too fast or whatever. I live my life by like the 5 W's. It's who, what, when, where, and why, right? Or sometimes why. So you asking me what happened and then what happened. And you trying to figure out why by asking me what happened. And it's a bunch of the whys that y'all probably would never know. That's what I feel is missing. So yeah, this little nigga, he got down here and he changed his life, but how and why? And it's weird because that's the most important thing to me is the why of it all.
Let's talk about it.
Let's keep going. let's keep going. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, okay.
Let's keep going, man.
So with you being on this entrepreneur journey, man, I found out about you through hip hop music.
Yes, sir.
You being a rapper, Hova. I remember when I first heard the name, I'm like, man, who got the nerve to want to be the Jay-Z? But then come to find out later, it had nothing to do.
Oh my God!
But he calls himself Hov.
His name is Hov. It's Hov. He can't be the only J in the world, bro. My name is Juan. I don't have no nicknames,
but the thing that was weird when I first heard the name was literally his rap name is Jay-Z. But you know, rappers, we tend to have the main stage.
Yep.
You had your main name, and then you got maybe 3 to 5 other.
Funny quick story about that. So my original name was Jada Shooter, and that's not really brand friendly. And as you growing up and you growing out of the Jada Shooter phase, you wanna change that name up. So then it became for a while John Doe, because I'm anonymous. I like to be mysterious and all that shit. And then it was it grew up to, when I get into the word and I get into spirituality, it was Half-Blood King, right? Not gonna give y'all how I ended up on that, but that's a horrible fucking rap name. If I can say Half-Blood King is a horrible rap name. So then you get into the same thing that I was going for with Half-Blood King is the same thing you get for Hova. Right? And I was willing to fight through all of the Hova, J thing. So
Yeah, it's real close. Only because of Jay and yeah.
It's the whole,
but I remember hearing about you. I can't remember initially where I heard about you. I can't even remember why we linked. I think seeing you at my church might have
brought it on.
Because you and your wife showed up. You listened to Broken, and I think we conversed.
So I
think we heard about each other, kind of, through mutual people. But
when I get into the music, here you go, man. All right, so this is the only compliment you're gonna get from me today. So be ready for it.
Here we go.
When I was doing music and didn't have no idea what I was doing, I asked around who should I do music with, who is good around here in music, and your name was one of them names along with a lot of other people. So I reached out to a whole bunch of people. You ghosted me or didn't see the message. Yes, as everybody did. Who is this random guy asking how to learn a mix and all this stuff? But years later, when we had a mutual friend in common that was saying your name or whatever. I'm like, oh, you work with bro? And I'm like, oh, cool. Then I started listening to the mixing or whatever, and then we just got in contact, and I came in here. You said some real man things that I like, and I'm still on the path to learn how to do. We creatives. I'm on a path to be greater and greater and greater, and if I can learn from you, I'm gonna always learn from you. Like, you feel me? So you are amazing at what you do. As far as engineering, you're an okay rapper, but you're amazing at engineering, and you have something that you can teach me, and I'm a willing student, sir. And podcast, you know what I'm saying? We doing this at the same time, so I'm learning a lot from you. I'm learning a lot of business. You are amazing at what you're doing. You're a solid dude. So that's really what a connection builds.
I appreciate that. First off. And I know business is the center thing. We're gonna get to that. It's important to get to know people past.
Yes, sir.
The he say, she say stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't really care if we go into it.
You ain't gotta do that.
Yeah. But it's important. I think it's important in the world.
It's important to know people's past at all times. So he could have seen me and he could have been like, who is this little drug dealing, robbing street? He could have did all of that. He could have did all of that and judged me off my past. But he sat with a man here today that seemed like he's somewhat intelligent, that seems like he's somewhat of a decent person, and he judged me off of the man that he sat across from that day in this office, and he decided that it was okay to take a risk and get to know this person. So I'm not gonna get into anything, but when I tell you anything that they could have said about this man, I didn't know anything. And when I came in here, you brought it up and you stood on everything that you possibly could have had in your past lifetime, and you told me just to get it out the way. And I thought that was some honorable shit. I thought that was some most men don't do that. Most men don't stand on what they did, and I believe if you still hiding from your past, you probably still into the things of your past. I can tell you, like you said, we don't want to talk about it. I can talk about my past because it's in the past.
Yeah.
I can talk about everything I done did. I can talk about everything I did from the past because that at one point I was that person. I am no longer that person no more.
Yeah, but I think what I've learned, especially growing up in church, I've learned that some of the most judgment and being I'm not going to disqualify myself from this. I'm a part of this game.
Included too.
But I've learned that some of the most judgmental people in life are some of the most screwed up people.
I learned that all of us are. Can I curse on here? I'm cursing a lot.
Nigga,
I learned that all of us are fucked up, and in order to feel less fucked up, we point out what's fucked up about you. Sorry for the curse words.
And I'm about to say this. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Benny Powell.
I love
another Chicago dude.
And him, Pastor Powell, and Pastor Burchett. It's two pastors. When I get in there, everybody told me about their past. Everybody's got something to say about their past. And for me, that's the only way you can get through to somebody like me, is that you can't be a perfect guy standing up there telling me what to do. Because, like, excuse me, Excuse me. You can't be up there a perfect guy trying to tell me what to do, because like I said, when you're in a situation where it's feed your family or feed your child or not, that wasn't my response. When you're back against the wall and it's feed your people or maybe step over the legal line, what would you do? So I need somebody that understands where I'm coming from, and nobody perfect can understand where I'm coming from. I'm sorry.
No, there's no way, man. One thing that he said is like, you can't tell somebody else to sweep off their porch and you got dirt on your own porch. You gotta make sure that your own porch is clean. But the problem is, you always gonna have some dirt on your own porch, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you came. I seen an honorable dude. Told me what you was trying to do, and you've been doing those things, man. You now. Founded a business, started a podcast with your wife.
Sir, This Might Be Love podcast.
Called This Might Be Love.
Yes,
now,
sir.
You're not new to podcasting because you dipped into it a little bit. The production may not have been where you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But this, you did have things going before This Might Be Love. You had the music. You had SOSMG. Was that a record label or was that more of a click?
More of a click.
Okay.
More of a click. I didn't want nobody signed to me. It was a bunch of guys working towards the same thing, and we all gonna claim that we all gonna come together as a conglomerate, because whether you if you like me or like him, it's all SOS. It's family, bro. It's family. It's people that I really care about and really mess with, and we all came together to push one thing, and some people pushed it way further than I could ever push it. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to them brothers.
Yeah, for real, man. Salute to that, man. And so you're here now in a totally different spot. Like you said, the younger you wouldn't respect the older you. But I think a better way to put that is the
not respect, just wouldn't
see yourself getting to where you at now, probably.
I wouldn't nah, it wasn't that. It was the younger me would have heard what you were saying. I was like, all right, OG. All right, cool. Let me go get this money.
Yeah, because I'm dealing with this today.
Yeah. That's cool. Stick it in there. Put my money in stocks and put my money in real estate. Yeah, that's cool. All right, but I need some bread. So unless you got some like loaves of bread, like food, unless you got some bread right now, unless you're talking about right now, yeah, I'll think about that later.
Yeah, I got to survive for the day.
You got to survive for the day.
But where you at today? Everything that you got going on, man. My new album, Visionary. You know my viewpoint on that, but I like to ask every guest on this season if you could read, and we already talked about this, but I'm still going to ask you like this: if you can redefine the word visionary in your own words, what would that be? Or what does that mean to you? From everything you've been through up to this point, and you being a CEO now.
In order to be a visionary, two things have to happen. You have to be a prophet, which means you have to be willing to accept the signs or the signal in order to get the vision, because I think we just antennas. I think you got to receive the vision from somebody. You got to be fearless enough to pursue it. So fearless and receptive would be my two words for that. And I know you wanted one, but fearless and receptive. You got to be open to receive the communication and fearless enough to chase it.
When you talk about being fearless and you talk about the things that you just said, you were those things younger with things that got you in trouble and in bad places. So now that you're doing it you take that same recipe, remix it, put it in a better perspective. Is it still that approach of I got to get it by any means necessary, or are you able to be a little bit more like relaxed with your grind now, since you don't have that same word? Because you just said you got to be fearless. You got to be fearless in both situations, right? So how, what does that look like now?
I'm glad. That's an excellent question. So just like I told you, the younger me was absolutely fearless.
Too much.
He was absolutely fearless. but he wasn't open. He was closed off. He was focused on what he had going on. He focused on what he was doing that day, what we gonna eat today, how I'm gonna get this, how I'm gonna get that. And he wasn't able to receive. He wasn't able to receive. So I think that today I'm way more open to receive the vision. And the visions keep coming, and they always came. And like I told you, as a child, I always put it on the back burner. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I gotta go do this. Now I actually listen. Now I actually follow through on the vision I seen. So I think that's the really big difference. I don't think anything changed except my willingness to shut up, be obedient, and follow the vision.
And speaking of the vision, like I said, it's called This Might Be Love,
Yes,
the podcast. Talk about that. What made you found that podcast and that business? Because it's bigger than a pod. I don't know how much you want to talk about all of the backline stuff, but it's bigger than a podcast. You have a whole idea of a company.
We're not gonna talk about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go that far. We ain't gonna go that far. But for the most,
as much as what you can say, like what brought you to that, and where do you see that going?
cool. If you look out, everybody out there, y'all got eyes. Just look out into the world and look at and see how much actual like love you see. Like, we in a dark time. We in a dark place. Everything you see is somebody's trauma or somebody's pain or trying to bring somebody else down or trying to. So one, we want to start by sharing positivity in the world, but I'll get even deeper. I've been with my wife since we was 15 years old. She was my girlfriend at the time, but I've been with her. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I got to throw that in there.
Thank you, sir. And the thing that always struck me as odd or struck me as weird. Yeah, we lasted a long time, but people always said, "Oh, I wish we had the relationship like yours." And my response to that is, "Oh, if you only knew what the hell it took to what y'all see as love and what they call as high school sweethearts, what y'all see of high school sweethearts, and if you only knew what it took to maintain this and to hold on to this shit ain't easy. It didn't happen overnight. Like, love is hard work, and it led me down the road is people just don't know what love is. Like, people don't. And then I go searching for the answer to what is love. And if I asked you that, sir, what would you say?
You asking me that?
I'm asking you that.
I think you got dictionary definitions of things,
Right.
But then I think you have definitions of things based on your own experience.
And I think love
is based on your own experience.
It's based on however you see love, and when you don't know for a fact what if this is everything that we hold ourselves on is what we think love is.
To me, I always used to hear this preacher at my church say, love is the actual one. I think love is a choice of discipline over time.
I'm not here to argue with you, brother. If that's what you think love is,
but
that's what you think love is.
I think it's big, but we get caught up on the feelings. But if I wake up in the morning, my feeling, how I feel at 5 a.m., I could feel totally different. At 5 p.m. I think America has based love on emotions. I think that's part of it. Real
quick. I know we got stuff to do, but I don't want to go too far. But
you good?
I feel like
we're gonna do this on your podcast.
Yeah, we gonna get deep, but I don't think love is something that you can just give away. I think love is it's like, I got real love for you. Like, I got real love for you, and I didn't have to choose. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna love him, and I got love for people that have did me wrong in life. Like, they did me bad, and the love doesn't goes away. I got to protect myself, yeah, but I think that we are 100% love, and we try to give that to people, and people reciprocate that, and they give it back to you. But I don't think you choose who you love. I don't think you choose at all. I think when you wake up and you mad at your woman, you mad at your wife, or she mad at you, she can't help but, I guess I'm gonna get this nigga some food today. When your child being bad and you want to put her down for the bed, it's like you ain't choosing to love. You just do it. You just do it. I don't think it's controllable at all. But
you don't think there's a discipline to love?
Yes, I think the discipline would be my biggest discipline is controlling who I give it to and the ways that I show that. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that. But even in the sense of when you talk about like in a relationship, man,
you talking about responsibility?
I'm talking about like I think love is a choice. I know you don't think it. You don't think it is. I think falling in love and the emotions and the feeling of love is not. But I can choose to act. I can love you, but I can choose whether or not I want to be friends with you.
I don't think being friends, if I'm choosing to be friends with you or not because you're a bad person and you hurt me, I don't think that stops the love that I had for you.
It doesn't. This is what I think love is, and we can move on. I think love is so big that we only can guess what it is.
I think we always think this might be love. The podcast. I don't know if it's infatuation. I don't know if it's codependency. I don't know if it's trauma bonding. I don't know if me and you just met at the perfect time in life. I don't know if it's God given. But from all I can see, I think this is what love feels like, and this just so happened this might be love. And that's where you sparked the name, because me and you just almost got into 30 minutes. But I believe that if I think my life would be way easier. I think life would be way easier if we can just turn off the love. Like if you can give it, if you could turn it on, if you could just turn it off and like, oh he did some sucker shit, I don't love him no more. If you could do that and you could just walk away through your life, I think that's an amazing life to live. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't.
I try to, because as you told your sister and her friend who I sit in the studio with, you told them I'm an asshole. You know, but you are just as much of one. I think I just get to it a little faster than you, and it's all good. But I think that we are like that as human beings, because I think we put up boundaries as defense mechanisms.
You want to know what I do?
What's that?
I'll show you the darkest parts of me first. You choose if you want to stay or not.
You got to.
You don't get the well, I would die for you. You don't get that if you ain't willing to come through the trenches with me.
Okay.
Because everybody that's around me, like I told you, that's what gave me a purpose in life, is the people around me. That's what's got me out of what I was into, is the people around me. So in order to be around me, you have to be a person worthy. You got to be a person worthy to stay around me.
But that keep you alive. That protect your peace.
Yeah,
protect your safety.
And also send you to jail.
It will.
You talking about my sisters here? Yeah, they'll send you to jail too, son.
Yeah, I told you that COVID story. We'll leave it at that. yeah. I'm not going into that. So we'll leave that alone, man. Let's talk about success now. How do you redefine success after change? Because being quite honest, you're 31.
Right.
So you've only been on this tier of life a little bit over a few years.
Right.
I don't care what you say. I think that you've been a good dude throughout all of this.
I never said I wasn't.
But
I did some bad things, sir.
Okay.
I never said I was a bad person.
Okay. But being in this phase of your life now, leaving what you was into, what does success look like for you now? How do you redefine success? Now, as a working man, as an entrepreneur, as a husband.
If I had to be honest, I don't think my success, like the vision of it, ever changed. It's always been taking care of the people I love and care about. So as long as the people I care about are okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. And then, like I told you, I get these visions in my head that I can't control now. that tells me to strive for more. Strive for more. So it's not being selfish no more. It's about helping out the people in maybe the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then you go to the city. Then you go United States. So it's all about sharing that love and being of service to the next person. Because that's what I think we all here for, is being of service
100%.
to the next person and the people we come in contact with and the people that we care for. So that's the real version of success, but I'm going to give you an answer and stop being so philosophical. Really, bro, I'm trying to one, I'm not trying to do anything. What I'm doing is showing the people around me, the people in my family, a path. Give them a path so they never had to go through anything that I had to go through, and they got the chance to take this further than I took it, right? So I look at life like Monopoly. My mother and them started from behind Go. They might have started in jail and they had to survive. They got us to go. My thing is to push us to Illinois Avenue, which is the red corners. I'll push us there. The children behind me or my sisters, my family, they pick it up from there and they get us at least to Go. You got to go around Go before you can start building. I done been around Go, so now I'm trying to build as much as I possibly can.
100%.
Leave to the next person. You take it and you build it further. Take it and you build it further, and take it and you build it further. I've been successful since we got a house, to be honest with you. I've been successful since we got out of them apartments and we got a house. I don't look at none of this shit, bro. I'm good. Like I'm extremely blessed many times over and grateful. So when we say success, I'm there. I'm just trying to do a little bit more. We just trying to take it further, take it up a notch.
100%, man. And so when you think about taking it up a notch, that comes with a level of risk tolerance, right?
Yes,
so I know personally from you starting the podcast, I know that you've invested a certain amount of money. And to getting it going, not just that, but ample amount of time editing, doing this, promoting, marketing, all of these things. What kind of risk tolerance does somebody need to have to build up a vision?
When you come from my background, you got a lot of risks that you're willing to take. So I think it's embedded in me, but I don't see the downside of the alternative. So you can live your life, go work a job, and feed your family, and you can be totally happy with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you can try. Most people are so scared to fail. Most people are so scared to fail that they never try. Like you get that a lot when you talk to people. Like, oh, I wish I could do this. I'm like, well, why can't you?
Well, we talked about, the friend talk, right? Do you discourage your friends from trying to push them to be great? I think that most people, I don't even think it's a fear of failing. I think most people are lazy. And they use failure as an excuse to just say, I don't feel like doing nothing. I just want to play this video game all day. I just enjoy being unproductive.
I know what it's like. Like I just told y'all, to have to change the color of your shoestrings. You go spend $5 on a box of different color shoestrings. You change them in the shoes. You got to keep them clean though. You got to walk light. No rain puddles. No nothing.
Keep them cocaine fresh. Yeah.
Just so you can go to the school and you can get women. And I know the experience of everybody in the hood poor, but we all outside playing basketball and football together. I know the experience of everybody is broke, and we all, no matter what, if somebody barbecuing for their kid's birthday, it's your son's birthday, we feed the whole neighborhood. So I know extreme happiness in the roughest of situation. So I don't believe I didn't been without it before, and I went and got it back. I went and got it, right? So if I lose it or if I fail, I believe in me, and I believe that if I'll be fine if we lost it, and I'll be fine, I know I'm gonna get it back. if that makes sense. So that's where my risk tolerance goes in, and that created a problem with me because sometimes it's like, all right, bro, you can't just spend all your money on podcast equipment and throw shit at the wall, basically.
But it takes that. But I've told you this though. You said that you don't look at that as something special, and I'm telling you with knowing multimillionaires that gene in you is not normal.
You talking about the risk tolerance?
Yes, and just the willingness of always being able to bounce back, and all of it, the risk tolerance, setting the vision, the investment. I mean, all of it can be assessed as risk tolerance. But
Jim Rohn got a quote. It's one of my favorite videos to watch ever. And he said, "Hey, we can put you in a room. We'll feed you 3 times a day, and we'll give you a blanket or whatever. You can live in a room, and you'll live to be 100 years old." And he said, "Would you be okay with that?" He was like, "No. What kind of life is that?" And that's the fear in the back of my mind. Like most of the times, where we at in life and where we feel the most comfortable at, it ain't worth it. I think the risk or the thrill or the feeling you get in your stomach from going for something you never could, your wildest dreams, and achieving it is something that most people will never feel in their life. It's the same feeling when you go on a roller coaster. Like the roller coaster actually isn't the fun part. It's actually going up it and the excitement building up of the drop. That drop is like 20 seconds. You're like, oh man, that was cool. But the funnest part is the scariest part. And where I feel the most alive at in my life is at that very edge and that tip right before we go over.
yeah,
So I think that's we might be psychopaths. We might be crazy, but
that's fine.
I think we live there. I think we live on this part of the roller coaster, bro.
Well, I had to learn how to harness it in a good way though,
Right?
because
That's
I used to enjoy the thrill of doing bad stuff, right? So I mean, they call that antisocial.
I was just watching serial killer docs, and I'm not gonna put this out there, but they have that.
Yeah,
They have that as well. And so you said you learned to harness it for a good thing, but good. But I was just watching that they was just explaining that about a bunch of serial killers.
I mean, I know it's a movie, but if you remember, in the original Halloween movies of Michael Myers, Dr. Loomis, right? What they were trying to figure out is what makes Michael Myers tick.
Yep.
This darkness, like what does he get out of that, right?
Yep.
And so when you talk about it in a positive light, I know that's kind of weird.
we got dark real quick.
Yeah, I know it's weird to parallel Michael Myers with
with a genius.
Yeah,
But they say Kanye is a genius at what he do. You can't operate in the normal parameters of life and what society told you to be and achieve something extraordinary. You can't be extraordinary and ordinary at the same time. You're never gonna.
Nah.
Most of the guys that create all these things, they don't do well in school and they not social at all. They got to be a little bit. You got to be a little bit crazy, man. So.
Well, I was that one of the books. We talk about books and we share books that we reading. So I was listening to The Gap in the Game. I'm almost done with it.
You almost finished with it?
I've been doing the audio books on Apple.
Oh yeah,
the ebooks, and on that book, there's a quote where they said that if you stop progressing, then you've given up on yourself, and if you believe that other people stop progressing, then you've given up on them, right? And so
that's hard.
Yeah, it's
hard.
I meant to post it on Facebook this morning. Hard. I mean, I was gonna credit the book, but it's a woman that quoted that if you stop progressing, then you giving up on yourself, and if you stop believing other people can progress, then you giving up on them. But the point of what it was saying is like to stop progressing, you are living basically in purgatory for the rest of your life. Right?
It could be a beautiful purgatory. It could be beautiful, but it's that. It's that. So
I mean,
challenging yourself. Challenge yourself to be better. Challenge yourself to do something. Like it's something that we missing out on. So.
Your sacrifice that you've been doing for this new business with the podcast. all of the time, all of the investments. What is the why behind that? You talked about the why and some of the other stuff, but what made you wake up and say, I'm tired of my podcast looking bad, so I got to take this to the next level.
I think I'm
gonna spend all my money.
I would be doing a disservice to the vision. Like I told you, I got plenty of podcast ideas. I got plenty of other ideas, and we can do this 40 hours and chop this up. But the reason I went with the This Might Be Love one is because it's the most important and it can help the most people. And if I want to reach the most people and help the most people, it's disrespectful to the vision that I was given to have it looking like that or sounding like that or not tweaking it to get better, not framing it so you get the maximum potential for this to reach somebody and actually help them. You gotta make sure that you presenting it in the best light. Like me and you can come on here dressing bummy and we can look like hoodlums, and as soon as people see it, they'll turn the show off.
Yep.
So you won't even get to the part where all the game that me and you've been talking about, you don't even get there because you done turned it off already. So
what you're talking about is one of the most important things in business. When you're starting a business, is about adding value. No matter what the business is. How important is adding value to the customer, the listener, the client, whatever? How important is that?
I live it. I live that. I live everywhere I go. Not in business, in life. Everybody I'm in contact with. I want to be of service or add value to you. If we not adding value to each other, and the value can be the smallest, it can be minute, but if we not adding value to each other, I don't think we should be around each other. If I'm not coming to kill, steal, or destroy nobody, I'm only coming to be an addition to somebody's life.
I feel like society has got away from that.
I know society. Well, you said if we don't believe they progressing, then we giving up on them. So I've been gave up on society. I'm trying to throw my little piece in there, man. And if y'all, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to throw a little piece of something, and I know people gonna gravitate to the love and real positivity and real men out here trying to help. So I'm doing my part.
No, 100%, man. Let's talk. I know that me and you go back and forth on legacy and impact, and you know I'm building on legacy.
Yes, sir.
A new album, even literally got a song called.
It's one of my favorite songs off the album too.
I appreciate it, man. When at the end of the day, man, I hope that we live many more decades, but it's all said and done. When you take that last breath and people get to look at who you are as a person, what do you want that legacy and that impact to read? What do you want your journey and your life to say about you when it's all said and done?
What I want on my journey, he was a loving, caring person, and everybody he touched benefited from him. That's pretty much it. And I'm not big on legacy.
Yeah.
I'm not big on that at all.
But it's there whether you want it to be or not.
And I think it's already there.
Yeah.
I believe that the movie is the movie, bro. The movie is what you do in the movie, or what you put in the book is what's going to tell you what the book is about. So you mentioned Michael Myers. You can mention Michael Myers, or that can be a horror movie, or it could be about a brother's love for a sister, depending on who you asking. Like the movie is, I believe in.
It's an interesting
living the movie, and I live my life that way. So at the end of my life, that's what people gonna take. Everybody that had the pleasure of coming in contact with me, I think that's gonna be my legacy to them, because that's what I'm actually doing. That's what I'm actually doing, or trying to be. And also that Kyren never beat me in a verse ever. So,
bro,
like he never out rapped me ever. That's gonna be on my tombstone. That's gonna be on yours too.
Okay, I was trying to stay away from that, but he a competitor, so you're trying to. You see, I'm real disciplined right now. I'm not bringing it up, man. I'm gonna ask this last question, man, and then all of this foolishness we get entertained. Nah, yeah, I mean, we've been on a little bit, man.
I know. Let's do it.
5-year vision, man. Where do you see yourself? Obviously, we want to see you still married, still happy, still flourishing. But as a businessman specifically, what do you want to see going on in 5 years without spilling the beans?
I gotta give you 2. I'm sorry. I'll make it quick. So I'm gonna give y'all the most important one.
So
first.
we're going 2 years instead of 5.
No. 5 years, 2 different versions.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay, I got you.
I think you looking for one, and I think one is more important.
Okay, bet.
So in 5 years, everybody out there, I'm gonna be completely out of debt, house paid off. I want one investment property at least. We working on that. One investment property at least, and probably on an island somewhere. That's the first thing. Completely out of debt, house paid off, primary living paid off.
On an island, vacating or living?
Oh, just vacating.
Okay.
Just vacating. But I want to investment property, investing in stocks. Right? That's what's going to happen in life. That's what I believe everybody should strive for. If you're not crazy like us and want to start a business, go for those things. Okay?
Which is a beautiful thing.
That's the most important, because everybody can do that. Everybody can do that.
For sure.
That's the one that I wanna get out there first. And as far as the next 5 years, bro, I'm gonna stay creative and stay grinding and stay receiving these visions and executing. So we plan on building a podcast. We're building a podcast right now. Going to school so we can offer one-on-one counseling services. Things of that nature. So it's going to be there. And then we got plans of bringing on different departments and branching out of that. But like I said, I've always been a creator. I'm always going to keep creating. So as far as what you're talking about is, you're going to see me everywhere. You're going to see me doing podcasts. You're going to see me doing music. We writing a book right now. My homie just hit me with a script about a movie, so you might see me doing some movie things. You're going to see me on the podcast with my wife. This Might Be Love podcast. Make sure y'all check that out. But you're going to see me there, but you're going to see me creating. And like I told you, I'm good over here where I'm at. And these visions, I can't let them go to waste either. So I'm gonna keep on being creative and striving over there in that area too.
Salute to that, man. For young black men, young men period, but especially young black men who are still on the edge of trying to make that transition, what would be your advice?
What would be my advice?
Right now, the people that's still in the struggle, seeing somebody like you saying, man, if Juan did it, I can do it.
Still in the struggle or still in the streets?
Well, I was trying to use pretty words, but yeah, still dibbling and dabbling and wanting to get out of it, but maybe not knowing exactly how, what, where, why. What would be your advice for somebody that's trying to make that transition?
I want to tell wherever you at in the world, I want to tell whoever out there listening, whoever needs this, that you are okay exactly where you're at. You don't have to be nothing more. You don't have to be nothing greater. Be grateful for what you got in this life, and it'll take you further than you can ever imagine. All the times we are looking with our eyes and judging things with our eyes, and they never as they appear to be. That's the reason why I'm so authentic, and I try to present the hardness behind relationships or the hardness behind business. Like, I'm always going to give you the 100% view of it, because we got these kids thinking that this way of life is this, and it's really not. And we got these kids trying to be something that doesn't really exist. So I want you to know that you are loved, you are accepted exactly where you at and how you are. You don't have to be nothing more, and don't let nobody tell you that you need to be nothing more. Just be you. Be you and try to be a good person. That's it. Because like I told you, some of them kids out there are doing those things, and they get into things for a good reason. Some kids are lost. Some kids don't know where they want to go. So I want you to be you and stop feeling that pressure. Take that pressure off yourself. Just be you, and be proud of where you at. Like I told you, the struggle is beautiful, bro. Like the way I see Chicago, the way I see the hood, most people will never know. You will never know how beautiful it is down there till you go. So I tell people to be happy with the life you got. And that's it.
100%, man. Well, tell people where they can find the podcast, find your social media.
All right. You can find the podcast, This Might Be Love Podcast. First, go to the website, thismightbelovepodcast.com, and then type in This Might Be Love everywhere. It's the same thing everywhere. We on TikTok, we on Twitter, Instagram, we on YouTube, we on Facebook, we everywhere. But we're trying to get a community together. So I might be making a group here soon, and I really want to engage with people. And like I told you, I want to add value. So I really want to build a community, and we're gonna be in the works. But follow us everywhere. This Might Be Love Podcast.
Actually, this is the only compliment he gonna get from me today. I actually think you and your wife got one of the best podcasts out. And I think as y'all keep growing the platform, I think that it has a lot of potential.
I hope so. Like I told you, I can't wait to get you in trouble when you come on.
You ain't getting me in trouble.
We gonna bring the wife on, and we gonna bring the wife on.
First off, I do.
We gonna bring the wife on. We gonna have some fun, man.
First off, I do a good job of getting myself in trouble.
The first question I'm asking her is, how do you put up with this nigga? Like, that's the only thing I want to know. Like, she gotta do something, man. Like you a lot. You a lot.
What you mean, man?
Then she gotta listen to you writing all them mid raps and shit all day, man. Come on, man. It's a lot, bro.
Here we go.
You better get him out of here.
Here we go, man. Juan, bro. Listen. All right, man. So first off, look, man. Let's do the preliminaries, man. I want to thank my guy, Juan. Let's give him a round.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let that go all the way out, man. I appreciate him coming. We've been talking about this for a while, man. So I definitely appreciate him coming on. For those that haven't heard the conversation, go back, listen to the beginning of this podcast. For those that's tired of hearing us, we appreciate y'all for coming on right now. And check my guy out at thismightbelovepodcast.com. That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
All platforms, and check what is your music on all platforms?
Hova.
Just Hova. Jay.
Not that Jay-Z fella. I know Jay-Z wish he could beat me, but he not. So if you see Reasonable Doubt, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool and all, but yeah, you search for the Hova, you'll find me.
All right, man. So to give some of the people what they came for, that they hung around. And this is visionary talk, and I think it's important in being solid. And for the people that sorry to be a little bit derogative, I can't stand a hating nigga. Bro, like
I'm with you.
I don't understand why, especially a small community like Marion, Indiana, and abroad, because it's everywhere.
Yep.
From New York City all the way down to a small town like Gas City, Indiana, or a little house on the prairie. It's everywhere, and it tends to be, I think certain situations can produce what I feel like more can happen in the world if people humble themselves, either ask for help, admitted that they needed help, actually gave real admiration to people that inspired them, or if you really got problems, to just talk about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think like so much division would be here. Me and you have conversations on stuff like this, on these type of things. Do you ever see people coming together more?
I see people coming together more?
Like getting past petty hate, petty drama, petty beefs, and actually just trying to come together and do something more, or do you think that's just wasted effort and keep doing what you're doing?
I believe people got to be in a comfortable and okay place to even think about coming together more. Humans are natural. That's why I love psychology. Humans are naturally self-serving and selfish. Like they thinking about their problems. Like I told you, the younger me, everybody is thinking about what they got going on and how coming around Kyren can help me. We gotta get out of the mind state of that and think of how we can add value, is what you said. So yes, people can come together and maybe be greater than they was, but like I told you, it's you gotta be in a mind state of that, and you gotta be in a position to do that. Cause while he hungry, I don't even want you around me while you hungry, while you starving. Because you might bite me.
Yeah, you do too much.
You might bite me.
You do too much stuff out of desperation. And the worst time that you can make decisions is out of desperations and emotions. That's emotional decisions and desperate decisions is dangerous.
The world is going through it. Most of the time, people is going through it. Everybody's going through. You gotta get to a place of happiness and peace before you can even come around and be an asset to somebody else. So
I know sometimes
it's a hard question.
One thing, you as a brother, you've always helped me be accountable. And anytime you disagree, or like, hey man, think about it like this. Everybody might not have it like this. And I can agree with you. I think we both at places in life now where maybe not 100%, but what we want our family pictures to look like, resourcefully, I think is happening. Passions of what we want to do and beyond happen. So I think it's probably easier for us to want to see that value added because you're not in a fight or flight kind of mode. It's hard.
If somebody would have gave me some money or gave me an opportunity or gave me a job as a child where I can help my people out, maybe I wouldn't have broken your house. Straight up. Like if you give him a chance to feed his family, he won't have to go sell drugs. Problem is they be like, yeah, go work at McDonald's for $10 an hour, and my mother is finna get put out. Like you gotta, yeah, it's a lot of that, but man, bro, it's people going through it, bro.
For grown men and grown women who have already made decisions and trying to get out of that, what are positive ways that people can turn their situations around?
Positive ways
that
it's almost ironic. It's by coming together. It literally is. It literally is.
But you have to eliminate most of your ego to do that. Not all of it.
That's the problem.
You need your ego to a certain level to be able. I'm willing. You need confidence.
What I want to say is 9 times out of 10, people are only doing things because of the way they feel. They don't feel like they good enough. They don't feel like it be the dirty nigga with the dirty shoes or whatever. He don't feel like girls will like him like that. He don't feel like we're successful. We don't feel like we are gifts from God. So if you can get out of your feelings, and come together for the main mission and the main cause, I think the world, not just struggling, not struggling. I think if you can get out your feelings, I think the world will be a better place.
Yeah, man. And for people watching, and I know that certain rappers, especially from the local city we at, are going to be listening to this. Me and Juan sitting here right now are an example that you can get rid of. Well, I never had a misconception about you, and I don't think, but that you don't have to listen to misconceptions. You don't have to look at past. Get to know people for what they are. Put all the BS on the table. Get it out the way. Get some clarity on it. Keep it moving forward at the end of the day. And so I think that if people, especially from the black communities, want to get out of the struggle that we in, you gotta be grown about it.
Gotta be grown about it.
You got to be grown. You can't.
Man, this shit about networking. This shit about
it's grown men in their 30s.
One person helping the next person out.
But that takes life. But that takes clarity and maturity. Though.
Yeah, bro. Like so, your whole life, you got to get out of your own way and get out of your feelings. Like, but I told you, if you coming from a place of insecurity, everything feels like a shot. If you coming from a place of insecurity, why does Kyren and Juan deserve to have this? Why not me? I'm better than both of them. That's what somebody is saying right now.
Cap.
Why we gotta watch them? That's what somebody is over there seeing right now.
I'm glad you said that. The 10x in that book, 10x is better than 2x, right? It's the concept of it's easier to be greater than it is to be mediocre, right? They say that it's actually harder to be mediocre than it is to be great, right? And then there's the concept of the proof of concept. Right, that me and you went back and forth on. But I believe in that concept of them saying you can't have real confidence in something until you do it. Started. So we got your sister right here.
Get me started.
No, listen. Your sister, we got your sister. Salute to your sister and her friend in the background.
Shout out Pinky Pink.
Yeah, salute. You know what I'm saying? But she's learning how to work the camera.
Yes, sir.
We set this stuff up. She's learning.
Yep.
Your sister is not 100% comfortable at working these cameras right now.
Nope.
If we would have dropped her off in here and said, set it up and we just play music, she wouldn't be comfortable at first. But if she keeps setting these up and she keeps doing her thing, she's going to get confident.
My sister. Once
she learns how to edit, once she learn the more pictures she takes, she's going to be like, oh, I took a great photo.
My sister is here for exposure. She's here for exposure to show her while you're lost, hey, maybe cameras might be it. Maybe editing might be it. Maybe your podcasting might be it. Maybe you run into audio engineering, you think audio engineering here. So I'm showing my sister different things out there in the world.
To that. Salute.
I'm showing her more things because, like I said, it's all about coming together where you can add value at right now. So she's going to be a productive member of the team, whether she wants to or not, and she's going to learn that skill, and whether you want to use that skill to go better your life or maybe you don't. But
you still got that skill.
You still got that skill.
But you don't get confident into that skill until you do it.
Yep.
We live in and salute to her for being open to exposure. But we got grown men right now that think they goats and ain't never did shit. I know y'all not used to hearing me talk like this. You know what I'm saying? I keep it family friendly.
Hey, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I had to bring that out of you, but I love this. So yes, we got grown men that feel like they goats and they ain't did shit, and we got grown men that's goats that ain't shit. Okay. So you out there, you striving for the GOAT title, and you striving to be the greatest, and you a horrible you a horrible human being. So like you said.
Well, I appreciate you telling me. I appreciate you acknowledging my character and being the best rapper that you know.
Hey man, let me. We got some men out there, like you said, they ain't did shit at all, and we got some people that's doing a lot of shit, but it's meaningless.
Right. So one thing that you said to me, and we both said, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I could be a great CEO, I can be a great engineer, I can be the best rapper that you know, and a lot of people know. Yeah, I said it. Y'all know the GOAT. This visionary now available. Come on, man. Y'all know. All right. It's been too much, man. I got the catalog, right, bro. Okay. I got the catalog, man.
All right, Mr. Guy.
Well, listen, man. We love Popeyes because they chicken is proven.
We love Popeyes because they chicken is cheap. What you talking about? What you talking about in them biscuits, fire, boy? Stop it.
I'm about to go eat some biscuits right now.
Oh,
you see this
God,
belly right here? But I don't drink. That's what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel what you're saying. Like you can be the greatest at something and be a shitty person, be a terrible person. But we gotta be, black people especially gotta be focused on results. We're a very emotional people, and we get real excited about nothing. Last episode, I just talked about how even in school, we're not teaching kids to be results focused.
Right.
Like,
right,
bro, with technology coming in the way that and I'm not the person to think that AI is going to replace everybody. Just because you know how to type a contract on ChatGPT don't make you a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that the world is about skill sets now. You think about
it's always been about skill sets.
But if you think about towns like Marion, Hammond, Chicago, the Midwest in general, industrial. Marion, you hear a lot of people complaining right now, we need these type of jobs. Well, you had, like, no disrespect, you had these jobs that men would probably second 3rd, 5th grade level educations could walk into, take care of the family, big mama at the crib, cooking, holding the house down like you talking about, and they was able to live off of that. But now that doesn't work.
I've seen I don't know if it was a comedian or it's a book or whatever. It might have been, it's Jim Rohn. He said, in order to be a cashier, I'm sorry, cashiers, I got to shoot at y'all for a little bit. But in order to be a cashier, what do you really have to know how to do? You know how to pop that button and type them numbers in, and the computer calculates it for you. Everybody on earth can do that. So if I can go hire anybody to do this, why would I ever pay you? It's not what you're worth. People think it's what you're worth. It's what it's worth to me, the value you give to me. So as a cashier, you get the value that you're worth to me for having a body. Now, if you can smile while you do that, I think it was a joke. If you can smile while you do it, we'll give you an extra 50 cents because you boost morale. Hey, if you can manage the other people that's sitting around here, that's another skill set. So we'll pay you a little bit more. This is all about
added value.
That's exactly what it is. It's what is the value, and the more you know, the more things you know how to do. The more things you know how to do, and here's the killer: lawyers and doctors are paid the most money is because everybody was too good to sit their ass in school and stay there for 8 years. They know how to do something that only us, the smallest percentage in the world, knows how to do. That's it.
I mean, I think about my journey with Frequency Canvas. The only award-winning audio production company in the city. Anyways,
that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna argue with facts.
I had major label credits by 27.
What I was gonna tell you though, Elon Musk is a billionaire. That's a result that he actually achieved, and he's probably extremely proud of that. What I was gonna tell you about that is that means absolutely jack shit to me.
Especially when you die.
I don't care. I don't care that Elon Musk is a billionaire. It doesn't affect me in my everyday life. Yeah. That's the problem. That's what's going on. So if Elon Musk taught me how to, if he taught me how to read and fish, it means more to me than him having $1 billion. Yeah, you gotta be willing to. It's about like you said, it goes right back to value.
But also too, it's about putting that value in. Like you said, to be around me, you got to deserve it.
Yes, sir.
Because I've spent a lot of time trying to pour into people that didn't deserve it, and I end up pissed off because I want something for you
that you don't want for yourself
more than you want it for yourself.
Yeah, you don't even want it for yourself.
And I should have knew better because, like, you know, my uncle say, "Hey man, when somebody shows you who you are, you better believe them." You know what I'm saying?
I see people trying. If I see you trying, I'm gonna try to give you something that you can take with you. You can take with you. You don't give them the whole podcast game. You tell them, hey, start with a camera and a mic. Once they go get the camera and the mic, all right, bro, plug it up to the Rodecaster. All right, once you got the Rodecaster, all right, now export your audio. It's how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
You got me wasting my breath with these niggas that going, hey, bro, tell me how to make $1 million. All right, you do this, and this, and this.
Don't ask me how to make $1 million and you can't make 1,000.
They never. You ain't even gonna try.
Yeah, I don't want to keep going on, man. But this type of stuff be the nuggets.
I told you I'll go all day. You better stop it.
But for me though, man, like if people want to be great and you want to be really about it, then you got to be willing to put in the work. My business mentor, I thanked him the other day because I was just like, yo, I appreciate you allowing me to see, because what he's built up for his agency, for his insurance agency, we're modeling for the marketing agency.
And you can see how far it really can go.
And I ain't gonna say numbers, but you know some of the stuff that I've talked about.
Yeah.
And we know where I can go with that.
Yes, sir.
It could be $100 million company.
Easy. If you willing to do the things that you was blessed enough to find out from that guy.
Yep.
Because he can show you that all day. If you're not willing to grind and you're not willing to put the work in,
it don't matter.
Or you too afraid of how it might make you look, or failing, you will never get there. So
Well, his response shocked me. I thanked him and I said, because I there's a lot of people that reach out to me all over and ask business questions. You talk business a lot, and I say find a mentor, and they're like, yo, I don't have any, or if I do go grab somebody like you got, they're so expensive. It might be 50 bands to 100 a year to be able to sit down and have something that you might have access to maybe less than 20.
Right.
So for me, I'm thankful for that. Not just having one, but his level of transparency that he has, and what I'm able to see and how I'm able to learn. Every question is answered vulnerably, 100% authentic. So his response was, he said, out of all of the clients that I coach, I spend the most time with you, right? And he said, because you're actually willing to put in the work.
yes, sir.
So that was actually like one of the biggest compliments for me, because he said most of the people that I see just yapping.
I've never been the smartest man in the world. I came in here and say, hey, I want to learn how to audio engineer.
But that makes you the smartest man.
I came
time
in
for it.
here, I'm willing to do whatever it is. Hey, bro, if I gotta sweep the floor around the shop, like I literally passed a Burchett, I swept around. I was the guy that's cleaning up the trash around the parking lot just to be close enough to get the opportunity to learn. Like I told you, it's just to find the knowledge. Once I get the knowledge, I'll go apply it somewhere else, and I'll go make all the money in the world. But I want to be better and be great, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Almost, you can't.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, for sure.
Put that time in. If you ain't got all the money in the world, hit them up. See if you can work. You got a body. You got 2 feet. Get to it. Get to it. You ain't gotta. Yeah, that's how this go. You work with what you got.
Yeah.
Get to it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. One more thing, man, before we let the people go, bro.
Yes, I'll give you a feature, man. Damn, stop asking, bro. Damn.
That's not what
you
I was
gonna do this on camera? Yes, I will. Yes, I will bless you with a feature, Kyren. Yes. Damn.
Bro. You gotta stop.
Well, you put me on the spot, bro.
You gotta stop.
Don't do that.
You gotta stop acting like you don't know who the goat is.
Don't do
bro.
that. Get us out of here, man.
Bro, you gotta stop. But to go back to what you were saying, I said Tom Ford. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say Henry Ford. But when you first started Ford Automotive, right, and was they didn't believe in that company.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't the smartest person in the room. Well, guess what he was smart enough to do? Go get everybody. Okay, you handle the marketing, you handle the accounting, you handle sales, you handle this. He was smart enough to know I don't know everything.
Man.
To me, that's the smartest person.
Man.
The smartest person is the one that say I don't know everything and I need to go find somewhere to figure it out.
The Ford story is so amazing, bro.
That and Walt Disney.
Innovative. Walt Disney scares me. I don't know about
to go to over 300 banks. Most people, if you go to 10 banks, you done, bro.
Right.
If you here's my business, I need a $250,000 loan to start this Might Be Love podcast. I'm just throwing a number out there. If 10 banks tell you no, I'm pretty sure you ain't asking 11. You crazy. Yeah. You crazy. You ain't asking no 300 banks.
Nah, I can't do that.
So to see Disney, to see what Disney World is, you want to talk about.
Can you imagine having, like you talking about visionaries, can you imagine something, a vision or something so strong, like you can't sleep at night until I get this out. All I need,
I'm not going.
One of y'all, and when you was talking about confidence earlier, when you know that it's good and it adds value, I'm not coming begging. I'm coming giving people an opportunity. I'm giving you an opportunity.
Like you better be on this shit while you can.
Yeah, I'm giving everybody you an opportunity to be my friend.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When I heard the Walt Disney story, I'm willing to do almost anything to accomplish the vision. I mean, I ain't proud to say this, but I didn't willingly send business checking accounts in overdraft to buy some equipment.
That risk tolerance, man.
But I knew to know that I was gonna get it back.
If you believe in it,
yeah, had I went to some extreme measures legally
That's good.
to
Some people are better than others, man. You know what I'm saying?
I've
You ain't
been-
got to brag.
I've been willing to.
Man, if the vision is that strong and it's and first of all, if it's a true vision from God or whoever y'all want to call it, it's gonna work out anyway.
Where there's vision, there's always provision.
Put your right foot in front of your left foot. Put your left foot in front of your right foot. I don't care if it take you 1 year, 20.
What he's saying is
What he's saying is
give it all, number 4 visionary.
Give
man.
it all.
That's what he's saying, man.
Give it all, build a legacy. You know what I'm saying? There'll be brighter days. You feel me?
And y'all gonna quit acting like y'all know who. I'm like Uncle Elroy, man. I started this barbecue shit, and this is
I am Hova. This has been a Kyren Monteiro show.
Nah, hey man, y'all gonna quit acting like y'all don't know it, man. Nah, man, nah, bro. We gotta stop doing that, man. We gotta I don't live for the applause. I don't care. I know people appreciate you more when you die. That's why I say buy your own roses.
I don't hate on no man. Period. If you feel like you the GOAT, bro, feel like that. That's how I do. I get it to you. You feel like you the GOAT? Hey, bro, you
numbers
might be the
don't
GOAT.
lie. Check the scoreboard.
Hey, man, that is what it is.
I mean, I know. I mean, I know we got Tech 9 wannabes who who want to say they go.
I'm out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
This the Kyren Monteiro show.
That's hate. That's hate.
No, hey man, it is what it is, man. Hey man, but listen, man, this is the Kyren Monteiro show, man. It's been an honor, bro. I got to thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Got to thank
Thanks
you,
for having
man.
me.
Hey man, check out the podcast on all
This might
platforms.
be love.
Yeah, check out.
Shout out my wife. She wanted it to be.
Hey man, no, salute, man. Check out the podcast for the homie. This might be love. This might be love. Podcast.com, KyrenMonteiro.com. Check out the new album, man. We've been with y'all for almost 2 hours. We gonna get out y'all hair. And I want y'all to remember, man, look at this, man. He's living proof that you can come from rough environments. You can come from nothing, make something, be a visionary. This wasn't no TED Talk type of podcast. You ain't going to get that with Hova. You going to get that raw. You going to get that real. And I appreciate that. And any last words?
Yes, bro. I will be on Visionary too, man. Yes, we will do it. Just stop. Damn. My fault. Before we go, last thing I really want to say is don't ever mention what's it called again? I forgot the name. What's it called? Don't ever mention, before we go, don't ever mention 5 Heartbeats with Temptations ever again. And we out of here.
No, hold on. You're not gonna do that. Real quick. This man is everybody know that if you 30 plus,
you finna do it.
If you are 30 plus years old,
oh my God,
you should have seen a movie called The 5 Heartbeats.
Right.
It's a call. If you are African American plus 30 years old,
don't try to get me canceled by your audience either.
And this man said that this movie was whack. And he said that it ain't the Temptations, it ain't the Jackson 5.
I didn't say it was whack.
You said it was overrated.
It is. It is. Anybody want to argue with me? Come on, let's do it. Send it. Hey, this might be love.com/ask. Hey, we'll cook. We do a versus segment over there, sir. Would you? Matter of fact, since I'm here, how much time we got? Would you like to do a versus segment with me, sir?
No, we say that.
Don't bring up that High School Musical ass movie when we talk about greatness. We talk about the Temptations, sir. Have you seen Greatness?
I'm pretty sure as you rewind this film, you just brought that up. I got the cameras to prove it.
Whatever.
I got the cameras to prove it. That's hate. It's overrated, but it's still. I mean, some things are overrated and not classic. But you can't say that it's not a classic.
I only brought it up because I thought that was a wild take because The Temptations might be one of my favorite movies ever made, and I was watching that one day, and
I love The Temptations.
Somebody said, "Yeah, but you ain't seen the 5 Heartbeats, though."
No, it's 2 different kind of movies. I wouldn't even compare. I understand you got old school groups.
2 different type of movies.
The Jackson 5, The Temptations, the 5.
Yeah,
the 5
you got
Heartbeats.
good movies, and then you got
Yeah. I mean, you have overrated, then you have classics. You know what I'm saying? You have overrated rappers like C-Mob, and then you have incredible rappers like Kyren Monteiro. The Kyren Monteiro Show, shots fired. The Kyren Monteiro Show, season 5, episode 10, featuring Hova, Juan Woods. We out of this thing.